Good morning. It's Monday. It's time change day. Well, time change yesterday, but hola Jane. ¿Cómo te va? I know, right? I say yes, please. All right. So first things first is I stamped our brand new stamp set, He Laughs at My Jokes, in Memento Desert Sand. So that's what I've done so far. Working hard or hardly working, babe? And this is one of my 5 Misties. Don't even talk to me about that. Let's just not even go there, okay? 5 Misties. Zoom in a little bit for y'all. Okay, so I actually missed stamping in his mouth. I don't know how I did that, probably because I was in a really big hurry, but hey, we're gonna go with it. It's cool. We're working on no lines, so you know, it's a thing. And we're gonna do a rainbow hyena, and we're gonna do a girl hanging out with her rainbow hyena, and we're gonna have fun doing it. So, yeah, I don't even know where to start with this, but we're gonna start. I'm gonna start pulling out colors, is what I'm gonna do. Good morning, Allison. Let's do this. All right. So I'm going to start with my E00. Hi, I hope you're doing well. My dear friend, I hope you're feeling much, much better. I know those workshops are zapping your energy, but we're cheering you on. Okay. So this is her arm over the back of the hyena. And this is her other arm. So, how was your guys' weekend? How are you dealing with the spring forward time change? All the things. Oh, you're getting a little lamb fix? Little lammy poos? Okay. Now I'm going to go to my darkest color. And I just realized that you can't even see this. There. Now you can. Okay. So, I'm going to start down here where her shoe would leave a shadow or cast a shadow onto her foot. And we're going with a seriously dark skin tone today. I don't know why, I just felt like it. There's no rhyme or reason. It's Monday and anything could happen at this point. So today, our girl has some seriously dark skin. Good morning, Cheryl. Ooh, St. Patrick's Day. Yeah, that sounds like a great day to do some coloring. I'm not into green beer and all that stuff, or beer in general. So St. Patrick's Day generally isn't a super huge thing for me. Even though my husband is Irish. We really don't do the whole St. Patrick's Day thing. I actually don't even really know the story behind St. Patrick's Day. I guess I should really look that up. I like to know the history behind holidays like that. So, like, I've read all the myths and legends about how Santa Claus came about and all of that scenario, which was actually quite fascinating. Right, green beer, yuck, but a day off is definitely always welcome. Yeah, so anyways. Definitely all about the day off, for sure. It doesn't really shut down here. Nothing closes. Nothing, it's not like a holiday here. I mean, people use it as an excuse to get drunk, but other than that, it's not really a real thing over here. Okay, and then her other arm back here. Okay. So basically, I've just put in the shadows, like where I want the most shadow to be. And I want a little more shadow here in her hand. And then I'm going to come in and start blending that out. Y'all are not very talkative. Anybody have any plans for St. Patrick's Day? And just because I'm coloring no lines does not mean that I'm like tracing the outline of this. If I were to just trace the outline of this, it would negate the whole point of doing no lines. So notice there is not a full outline traced. I'm just laying in where I think the deepest shadows would be. Island, or so they say. These days it's an excuse to have a day off, and if you're so inclined to party. Well, anybody who chases all the snakes out of a country is good by me. He's like my new favorite saint. We all know how I feel about snakes. And I would definitely celebrate a dude that chased all the snakes away. So, good for St. Patrick. He's a hell of a man. So, this stamp set cracks me up. Like, this is one of those stamp sets you can almost hear. Like, I can hear the little cackle of the hyena just by looking at this stamp set. I love hyenas. I think that they're adorable. And if I could train one to be just like a dog, I know, right? Snakes, yuck. Patron saint of danger noodles, of nope ropes. Can't wait to see that. All right. Well, have fun at your workshop, babe. The patron saint of nope ropes. Anyways, if I could train a hyena to be like a dog, I would totally for real have some. Not some, one. I would have a hyena. I'm the weirdo, though, that thinks they're cute. Oh my gosh, and when they're cubs, they're so stinking cute. I can't be the only one that thinks they're cute. Somebody here's got to back me up. And their little cackle is adorable. Slightly menacing, but totally adorable. Could you imagine like breaking into somebody's house and they had a hyena as a pet? That would scare the holy living you-know-what out of you. Now, the skin tone looks super, super, super dark, but that's just because it's against the white paper. So as I continue coloring this and get more colors in here on the hyena and her clothing and all of that stuff, it won't look quite as shockingly dark. But since it's the only color against the white paper, it looks super dark. Rebecca, you're being awfully quiet. Thank you. Right? See? That's why we can be friends. I'm so down for a hyena as a pet. I could not imagine breaking into somebody's house, though, and they have a hyena as a pet. And you're like, "Argh!" Not that I have a habit of breaking into people's houses, mind you, but I mean, like, you know, a Doberman or something is bad enough. But could you imagine a hyena? Open that door and hear that giggle. That would be enough to break a person. I don't like this E21. I need to go a shade darker. So I'm going to use my E11 instead. There we go. That's better. And since I washed it out with the E21, I'm going to come back in with my E23. I mean, lots of people have exotic pets, so why not a hyena? Just saying. I would freak out. I love making toddlers laugh and giggle. Poor Carl. That's me. My husband puts up with a lot from me, too. I'm not skipping her face. I'm just using the rest of her to warm up on. And now I'm going to go do her face. I don't like to do the face as the first thing that I color of the day because I feel like I'm not warmed up. And I need to get in my groove before I go ruining somebody's face. If we're being honest, I don't want to ruin her face. Look at how weird that looks with her skin tone like that. It's like, ah! I'll fix it, I promise. I'll fix it. Okay, so I'm gonna come in here and put shadows in. So in her ear, around her hairline, now the only thing that I think is more challenging about doing no lines coloring is not losing the facial features when you go to color. So her eyes and all of that stuff. So I am going to outline her nose. Her eyes I'm not going to outline. I'm going to outline this side of her lip because it's the furthest away from the sun. And her little laugh line. I am going to come down this side of her cheek and the bottom of her ear. Down her chin. Then I'm going to come down her neck, leaving a shadow where her hair would cast a shadow. And then around her shirt, because her shirt would cast a shadow onto her skin. Okay. Now we're going to start blending all of this out. Start up here at the top, start blending this down. It's the exact same method that we use for a Caucasian skin tone. You're just using darker colors. So don't be intimidated by the darker colors. They're gorgeous. It's just they look a little scary at first because the paper is pale and the colors are so dark. But once you get to coloring, just follow your method all the way through. You will be super happy with the outcome. I love coloring all different colors of skin. Okay, and then she has these big eyebrows, so I'm going to go ahead and put a little line under her eyebrows to add shadow. Well, hi, Sandy. Good morning, my bestie. Go in there. Okay. So now I have E25, and this is the middle color in my color blend, so it's the true color. So I'm going to be a little bit more liberal with it. She's going to look funny for a minute with this eyebrow until we color her hair. I don't know what these two are laughing at, but they're laughing at something good. I'm going to finish outlining her mouth. Come down onto her neck. Work. Barf. E23. Finish outlining her ear. Come into her face here. Adding lots of ink so that I can really blend this out. Okay, down onto her neck. Thank you for tagging everybody. Good morning, Tyler. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and finish filling in her face with the E11. And I know she looks crazy with this one white eyebrow sticking out here and no eyes. But we will fix that, don't you worry. Okay, so now I always like to do the ripped jeans thing, so I'm going to show you how to do the ripped jeans. So I have my E59, and I'm just going to come in here and leave a scratchy mark across her knee because it's going to be ripped there. This one's going to be below her knee. Okay, so that was just my darkest color. That was my shadow color. And then same thing like with the rest of her skin, I just start to blend it out. Look at all those tags. Thanks, Sandy. And I'm just blending it out. Your parents would not approve of ripped jeans. Uh-oh. I hope you approve of ripped jeans because that's literally all I own, so that's what I'm wearing in your booth. I don't think I have a pair. Well, I have one pair, and I'm wearing them, that aren't ripped. Other than that, all of my jeans are ripped. My uncle tried to hand me $40 a few months ago, and I was like, why are you giving me money? Do you need me to go pick up something for you? And he was like, no, honey, the last, 3 times I've seen you, all of your jeans were ripped. So I want you to go buy yourself a new pair of jeans. And I was like, Uncle Bill? I, spend extra money to have my jeans ripped. He was like, what? Okay, so there's our skin. So, next what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the inside of her mouth because it just drives me nuts. So I have RV95 and I'm going to come in and do the inside of her cheek. I mean, and this is just so minute. And then RV34 is for her tongue. And then I'm going to leave her teeth white. She goes to whitening and has her teeth done. Now, I could draw in her eyes right now, but I think I'm going to wait until I do her hair and all that stuff. So we're going to graduate to her jeans next. So, well, boo to all of you. I wear ripped jeans. This is hard. I got to do it this way. Okay, here we go. I'm better now. So here's my denim blend. So we're going to start with B99. And again, I'm going to come in here where the shadow is. Now, to me, the sun would be coming from this direction, like the direction that she's pointing. So I'm going to put my shadows accordingly. So her leg would leave a shadow on her bum. And then this side would be in shadow. You love the look of them, you just don't wear them yourself. My son won't wear ripped jeans, which is weird because he's 15, so I would think that ripped jeans would be his thing. But nope. I think he has one pair that has some rips in them, and that's it. It took you 43 years to wear stretchy jeans. You probably wore stretchy jeans when you were younger. Just saying. Okay, so that's all I'm going to do for the 9-9. B9-7. My child will not wear shorts. He will not wear shorts at all. No shorts. Doesn't matter if it's 210 degrees outside. There are no shorts happening. You'd pick them apart. You'd sit there and pick at them. I'm not gonna lie, I do sometimes. I mean, I don't pick them apart, but every once in a while, I pick at them. Normally when I'm trying to feed off anxiety, I'll start picking at them. Did you guys love the new release this weekend? Did everybody see the new release this weekend? Well, hello, Marianne. Hi, Elizabeth. Thanks, girl. Thanks for popping in, and thanks for the compliment. Meerkats. I know. I need to invoice you, love. I just haven't. Yeah. You're the next one on my list. I have invoiced everybody except for you. How does that make you feel? And Marianne, the rest of your paper is on its way. I got a shipping notification. And I will send you your clearances today. Yep, then you can send them off to the printers. They are sitting right here to be scanned, along with my other pile. Look at all the clearances for Marianne. Aren't they cute? I love Rabbit Hole Design stamps. If you guys don't have the little clearances, you need them. I know, right? You're next. I'm supposed to go to brunch with Sherry and Candy and Mickey. And then when I come home, I will be invoicing you. So I'll probably be texting you to make sure everything is good to go. And then I will invoice you and get it all shipped. So your package should be able to ship today. All of the release packages has shipped, so if you ordered from our new release this weekend, it is in the mail and headed out to you. And we're finished coloring all your fishies, Rebecca. They're colored and cut out. Okay. Oh my gosh, you guys are being so quiet. It makes me so self-conscious. I can't help it. All right. So, can you tell I'm putting off doing this Rainbow Hyena? Totally putting it off. All right, so I have to set my marker blend stand aside because I'm going to use way more markers than what that can hold. So I'm going to start with my BV29. Yeah, that one is kind of dry. My B91 always gets dry because I overuse it. And I think I might have a crack in the lid, so I might have to replace that one. But I use it a lot too, so. I did that by design. Since Marianne popped on, I decided to use a noisy marker. You're welcome, Marianne. Now, I think I'm going to do a smooth texture on him only because all the ones you guys have seen colored this weekend are like furry, fuzzy textured. So I want to do a smooth one so you guys can see that. So R59. R39. I know, right? Just trying to help you out. So far this is real easy because it's just that one area. But we're gonna start shadowing with other colors and stuff, so you'll see. I do always have to be different, you know that. I mean, that's just part of my charm. I like that that's the moment you decide to chime in there, Tyler. I see how it is. Okay. Now we're gonna move over into our oranges. Look at how pretty that is. I'm gonna add a little more red here. I mean, I'm coloring a Rainbow Hyena, so 16 DT. Yes, I have watercolored on it. As long as you don't pool watercolor, you are good to go. If you leave a huge pool of water on your paper to watercolor with, it starts to pill rather quickly. Even if you do pill your paper, it hides it super well because of the mica in it, but if you pool watercolor, it just pills too fast. I know, that's a lot of DT members. Okay, I'm gonna come down here, down the back of his arm. Okay, and then I'm just gonna put a little bit up here where her arm would leave a shadow. I have not mapped this out at all whatsoever, just so you know. Like, I'm just winging this. So you too can color a rainbow if you just wing it. Just don't be afraid to try. Let it dry very well before going back over it for blending or adding more. Well, there you go. There it is from the expert. I am not by any shape or stretch of the imagination a watercolorist, so it's hard for me to speak intelligently about watercolor. I try, I dabble, but so this red and this orange obviously is a very defined line. So I'm going to come in here with my R05, which is an orange red color. And we're going to start mixing these together, marrying these colors together so that it's not such a drastic line. And then this is my second color, that YR15. And see how those blend so much better now. Like magic. Then I'm going to go back to this YR12 to add that highlight back in there. Okay. Now we're going to go into yellow. Well, I appreciate you sharing that. Okay, so let's do Y17. Good morning, Karen. Then I'm going to go Y13. I'm going to blend it back into this orange here. And then, wherever Ellen is, I have Y11. She was teasing me and Zandy about using Y11 so much. So now that now she needs it. And it just happens to be a marker that I don't have in stock. So, you know, that's a thing. I'm debating making his leg orange because if he stood up, this whole leg would be orange. Or if I should stay with my stripe and do it green. Hi, Laura. It's a big debate in my brain right now. I haven't fully made a decision yet on that. So I'm gonna go YG09. Anybody have an opinion on that? I know, right? She looks like she has zero face. Her face has been erased. I feel bad for her because her face has literally been erased, but it's all right. We're going to fill it in when we decide what color her hair is going to be. But I didn't want to decide on her hair until I was done with the whole rainbow thing, so, you know. Demonic white glowing eyes. Both of their eyes are actually closed. Are you guys liking this? Are we doing okay? Hi, Anna. Finally caught you live. I have a busy week, but I've been watching you for a bit. I've lost my coloring skills. Been a year trying to set it. Did not go well. It's kind of like riding a bike, babe. It'll come back to you. Just keep coloring. I know a lot of people say that it's like riding a bike, but coloring really is. It will come back to you if you just keep at it. You just gotta practice. Okay, so I need to do a bridge green, and let me grab my color chart and I'll show you what I mean. So I used YG23 and then YG21, and they look like the same, but they're really, really not. So I'm gonna go with this YG03, or did I already use it? Nope, I didn't. To kind of bridge between these two. And yeah, it's like riding a bike. It'll come back, I swear. But I wanted to put that really light green in there first so that these kind of bled together some. And this will get cleaned up a little bit when the blue goes in. I'm not overly concerned about it. The thing I'm more concerned about is figuring out what color to make that leg. Okay, so back to my YG21. I'm going to blend this out into that yellow and make it all nice and smooth. Okay. And then I go back to my YG, or to my Y11. So that I can layer up these two colors and again make them nice and smooth. See? Like magic. Okay, gotta make some more space on my desk mat here. So now I'm gonna go for teal. I always like to do teal instead of blue. I don't know why, don't ask, it just happens. So I'm gonna start with BG49. Oops. I'm gonna start by not knocking over my caps. And I'm gonna come here to his chin. behind his head. And then I'm going to do this bottom leg over here. So I'm going to come around his chin that I did not stamp. I guess because I was in a hurry and I didn't pay attention. So do as I say, not as I do. Check your stamp before you take it out of the MISTI. Sorry if my hand is covering what I was doing. I did not mean to do that. Sometimes it's really hard though not to cover what you're coloring on these videos. Just kind of the nature of the beast. Okay, then I like to go to 45. I'm putting lots of ink in here to get these colors to really blend together and be smooth. Which is weird for me because I normally would color him with lots of texture. But I wanted to do something different, and all of the ones from this weekend were textured. So now I'm going to go BG23 because it's got more of a green tint to it. So it will marry super well with this lime color. So if you notice how I let that dry for a second and then I went over with one quick coat, so it makes this marker look like I used two markers, so there's still a highlight there. That's a great trick to getting your markers to go a little bit further, especially while you're just collecting. Because if you saturate the color, just by virtue, it's going to be darker. But if you don't saturate it, it's going to be a little bit lighter. So you can still see that highlight in his knee. I still can't decide about this. I don't know what to do. I think I'm going to go ahead and color it orange. Like orange and yellow. So here we go. Because theoretically, if he stood up, this would be orange. I know it's so quiet in here. Hey, Linda Lou. It's making me nervous. I don't like it when it's super quiet. Maybe I just bored people to tears. Or maybe everybody's at work and they're listening on mute. They can't hear what I'm saying, they're just watching. Some waddling ducks. You're busy learning. That's true. Feel free to ask questions or anything like that. I'm here. Woo! I'm here to answer. There we go. Okay, now she has no face and he has no face. At our shop, Anna, www.sweetsentiment.us. Told you, watching, listening, and disbursement. Yeah, I know you're doing disbursements. I know you're busy. I still don't like this line. This is my 13. We'll see if super saturating it does anything. Okay, so now he's going to have a purple head, naturally. Why is the sky blue? There's a lot of science behind why the sky is blue. Just saying. There's a whole bunch. So I'm going to go with BV17 for my shadow. And I'm going to kind of make my purple fade to pink so that we're hitting all of the colors. I'm going to outline his mouth. Under his chin, where it meets up all the way up to his ear. I don't know why I keep saying he, but I guess for me, the Rainbow Hyena is a male. He could be a she. Up to you, whatever gender you want your hyena to be is fine. I'm gonna outline the bottom of his nose and the wrinkles and his eyes and his laugh lines. Okay. Pineapple does belong on pizza, yes. Right? I love him in Rainbow. Particle separation. So if you go to the Large Hadron Collider in Switzerland, you can talk about particle separation there. Yes, it belongs on pizza. I didn't think you liked pineapple on pizza, Sandy. Fully expected me to go to theoretical physics with that. Or fully expected Sandy to go Copics with that. Because either of those, I believe, were expected answers. Tyler. So I eat ham and cheese pizza, or what's known as Hawaiian or Samoan pizza, with ranch dressing. That ought to creep you out, Marianne. I like my Samoan pizza with ranch dressing. So not only is it pineapple and ham, but it's also got ranch. Yum. I didn't think you liked pineapple on pizza, Marianne. I'm also team pineapple in my rum. Does that count? Team pepperoni. That wasn't even an option, Linda. So I'm using the purples that blend into pink. So my V, 17, 15, and 12. That way I can highlight with like my RV 52 or 63. To make him have that pink highlight so that we've hit all of the colors in our color spectrum here. I think it's the Monday morning after time change. And so everybody's super extra quiet today. Because everybody's feeling it. I'm excited because here in a little bit, I get to go to brunch with all of my friends. Ew, blue cheese is nasty. Blue cheese is disgusting. My dad makes homemade blue cheese. And they all love it. They think it's delicious. I should back that up by saying my dad makes homemade cheese. So not just blue cheese, but like all different kinds of cheese. And so my parents think that that nasty stuff is delicious. Okay, so then I have these little tiny highlights that I can go in. I'm going to use my RV5 too. And make this pink. And I washed out my color a little bit too much here, so I'm going to come back in and add a little bit of color back in because I got a little bit crazy here. There we go. All right. So now I'm going to go back to my RV95. And I'm going to color in around these teeth and around his tongue. I got to look at my stamp. Just gonna fake it. Fake it till you make it. Oh, and then I'm gonna give him a nose. It's gonna be pinkish in color. I'm gonna come with my RV34, which is my favorite color for tongues. Yes, I have a favorite color for tongues. Don't judge me. I'm gonna use my colorless blender. Thanks, Cheryl. Julie's lurking stealth. Like that. Okay. Then I need my RV93. And then my RV91. Thanks, Allison. And now he has a little nose. I forgot to do the inside of his ears, so I'm going to go back to that RV52. Okay. Now I have to decide on hair color for her. Anybody have an idea on hair color and t-shirt color for her? I think her t-shirt should maybe be pink, but like a purpley pink. Feel like there's not a whole lot of pink on this. And it would go on this side of the red, so like a magenta kind of color is what I'm going for. Black hair, you got it. Okay. Under her chin. Under her boobs. I just made Tyler laugh with that. Either made him laugh or I made him blush. You gotta color the indecent parts too, man. Can't leave that uncolored. Okay. Jet black. Black hair. Got it. I can do that. I can do it. I can do it. Okay, up the side, underneath her armpit. I mean, you don't want to give her like sweat rings, but you do want a shadow under there. Of course, you never know. She's hanging out with a hyena. She could be in Africa where it's super hot. So, I suppose she could have sweat rings if you wanted to. I just don't really recommend it. Just saying. I figured I made you laugh. After 55, I think I want to do Maybe I want to go 52. And have it be like a bubblegum pink shirt. Notice how I'm staying out of the center of her shirt, because just like I did with that purple marker, I want it to look like I have an extra color here. So I'm staying out of the middle of her shirt until all of this dries. And then I'm going to come in and do like one brush over the top of it, and it still looks like she has a highlight there. All right, so now we're going to go with the jet black hair, and I'm going to start rainbow. It's just rainbow. I'm going to start with a blue undertone to her hair, so she has that nice raven black hair. She even has a blue eyebrow. Okay, and that was B41. Now I'm gonna do my C markers. I usually don't. Yay! Have a good day, Marianne. I'll get these to you after I go to brunch. I usually don't use C's on things like this, but when I'm doing raven black hair, it definitely always has that kind of cool tone to it. So I will use them for this. This is one of the few exceptions when I'll use C's on something that is alive. And her skin tone is really warm too, so I'm not too concerned about making her look like she doesn't have a pulse. And I'm gonna not forget her eyebrow. Now to C8. Always go the direction the hair would be growing. So you can see I change my card direction and I change the direction of my brush stroke. She looks better without a crazy white eyebrow, huh? Now to C6. St. Mary's. I'll be stopping at... Ooh. Well, that sounds fun. Yeah, good luck. I hope you win a bunch of money. I love what the blue undertone does for the black hair. I just think it's so pretty. Okay. And he has little black nostrils. All right. So there's that. So now I'm going to grab my multi-liner. And I didn't color her shoes. Haha. I think I'm going to color her shoes black too. Hold on. Hold the multi-liner thought for just a moment while I color her shoes. I almost forgot her shoes entirely. I'm just worried about getting her eyes in there. And then C6. There we go. Okay. So now I'm just going to take a look at the stamp and see what the stamp shows for her eyes. And I'm going to try to kind of follow that. There we go. And then I'm also going to put a black line across his eyes. Just for giggles. Then comes the white gel pen, the moment you've all been waiting for. So I'm going to start by putting a little highlight on his nose. Go in and color those pearly whites. Same thing with her. They go to a teeth whitening clinic. I'm going to put some little white hairs inside his ears. And then I'm going to do her jeans. And I'm just going to use a little scribble motion. I'm going to make some of these a little bit longer. And then I'm going to add then the same thing on this one. Hopefully I'm on the screen still. There we go. And I'll add a highlight on her shoe. One right here. And now we have our cute little girl with her cute little hyena laughing at something. We don't know. So there you go, guys. I have everything all done for you. A nice, bright rainbow hyena just for you. And I am now like 20 minutes late for breakfast, so I'm going to head out. But thank you for joining me. I will add this to our YouTube channel as soon as I get home. And I will talk to you all later. I will see you. Don't forget to join Sandy's live tonight at 10 p.m. Central Time. And then I will see you guys tomorrow morning. Toodles!